so on Tuesday we had 2 negative comments, but within 5 hours it was just all like that behind us. So just cheering, some chants coming from cars, really nice, really good support. And yeah, just 2 negative, but all opinions are welcome.
And people are being disrupted by this. What's your message to people who are struggling to get around?
Well, we don't want to disrupt our passengers. Our passengers are our business. It makes sense to disrupt, intentionally, but we feel like we're sort of months down the line with these pay negotiations, and they aren't going anywhere. So we have to, like I've said before, use our right to bring the union, the management, the government, bring them all together, encourage them to get together and start thrashing this thing out. But obviously we do not want to disrupt our passengers. It's our business.
I'd like to go back to work tomorrow, to be honest. But
nobody wants to strike.
And what would it take to get you back to work tomorrow?
Negotiations to happen.
Negotiations.
Actually, to sit down and talk and work through something. But the government's just not willing to sit down with the managers, are they?
I do worry for the ticket office staff. Some of those staff have worked there for years, and they're going to be offered. I think they're going to be offered a different role, but whether it's at the same paying conditions, I don't know. Guards on trains under threat. They've been thinking about removing guards now that new trains can be operated, the doors can be operated by the driver, and all the things that ensues with that. Do we really want to remove conductors off trains? It's okay when everything's working fine, but when something goes wrong, surely you need that extra pair of hands, I would say.
Yeah, taking 3 people from safety critical roles that have got the absolute focus on this job that they have in hand, and then to get, say, rid of 2 or 3 people and then give one person the role of 4 people and that responsibility, that's more pressure on them to do, and things could be missed when the actual job becomes bigger. So there's a lot of safety aspects around that. I mean, for me as well, getting rid of the guards off the train, that's a big one for me, because we have vulnerable people that actually take free tickets and travel whenever they need to get away from domestic violence. If they get rid of guards off the train, who's going to look after these vulnerable people?
The other thing as well is pensions. They want to change the pension. New people coming into the railway will be on a completely different pension scheme to what we're already on, and that'll be self-funded by that person, and there'll be no input from the employer. So that is a massive attack on their pensions.
There's a lot of hype about this. I mean, I hear some figures from 75,000 to 100, and I just don't know where these figures come from. As a trim presentation, 20,000 is like the minimum of a safety critical role. You're working on the tracks. You're not just cleaning a train.
Night work.
You're faced with needle sticks and sharps at every turn. There's a lot of danger.
They also, we all the other part of our payment as well is for antisocial hours. We accept that we're going to work, early morning. Some workers work overnight on night shifts. We come in. We've only got 2 days in the whole year that we have off. Is Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and even Boxing Day is under threat. We want to run a service on Boxing Day. Well, everybody that works on the railway is part of a family of their own.
One of the reasons why we're doing it, because we're trying to set an example that Britain needs a pay rise. It's not just about railway work.
No,
this is NHS especially.
NHS, police. We all know that fire brigade, the guys in the fire brigade, a lot of them have 2 jobs because they've made the pay so rubbish. Through the pandemic, we haven't had a pay rise for 3 years.
We haven't even dared ask for one because we just don't feel like it was the right time to ask.
It wasn't appropriate to ask for money.
But money has still been made through the pandemic. It always has. It's never stopped.
How long are you prepared to stay out for to get what you're asking?
I've got no end time on me. I'm on the lower paid job, so I'm quite happy to stay out as long as it takes.
Well, I just hope that it's sooner rather than later, because it's a difficult thing for everybody. Everybody who's supporting the strike is not getting paid. Passengers, obviously, massive disruption for them, so nobody wins.